So I'm going to load up the next replay for you right now, and we're going to have a look at a PvP match. I'm sorry for anyone who finds this boring and who isn't Protoss, but it is again an important lesson. I'm going to try and enroll some of my rather awesome friends of other races to do the lessons for you, if I can persuade them to do so, because that would be really, really helpful. But for the moment, over we go. So I'm going to stick it on a pretty fast speed once again. We can see E-type. Oh wait, quickly, before this next game, I wanted to be noted that I complained about that last game to the IC Cup admins. Now, IC Cup admins, if you're watching this, please give me my points. They denied my complaint, and I was really pretty unhappy about that. They said it was not definitely going to be a win for me. Please, admins, give me my points. I need them. God knows I need them at this stage of the season. So that's over and done with. Back to the game we go. So, all the little probes are whizzing around. Right away, he's gone for a 2-gate. What is good about this map for a 2-gate? Long spawn distances, but there is a big ramp, so I suppose he's got a good chance of managing to break up my ramp a little bit further on. But also, we'll see exactly what his plan is in just a second. So I've gone for a very standard, if slightly risky, no Zealot Goon opening with 1 gateway. But, this is a very important point. What happened here? His scout came into my base, and we can clearly see that he's going to be doing some kind of proxy. His scout wandered along and came into my base and scouted me, as I thought it would, but then immediately left. Not trying to get any further information on what I was doing, only finding out that I was not 2-gating and then running away again. This is crucial information because it's such suspicious behaviour. If his scout comes into your base, leaves again immediately, then it is so worth checking really thoroughly for any kind of proxy whatsoever, because never will a scout come in and leave instantly unless he's so 100% flashlight confident in his game, or unless he is doing some kind of proxy cheese. And so this is where my map hack came from this game. My first Dragoon is being produced. I've now scouted him. I have not been able to see that it's a 2-gate, but that's okay. So I produced my first Goon, and immediately I think I'll go and scout for proxies, and instantly, because I know the map quite well, and I know his scouting timing, I'm able to go and immediately find that extra 3 gateways proxied at my 3rd mineral-only base. And immediately I start hacking away at the pylon. Now what I do here is I take out a couple of extra probes with me. I just basically take out however many extra I think I can afford. If you're trying to kill a pylon with only probes before the gateways get up, I believe you need 5 before the zealots get up. Rather, I believe you need 5, but I'm not exactly sure of that number, so you'll have to experiment a bit for yourself. Upon seeing this, I have thrown down an extra gateway because I'm completely safe in going for a 2-gate Goon build now. Because I know he's not got any kind of quick tech on the way, and I know he's going to be trying to kill me absolutely ASAP. So I'm still whacking away at that 2nd pylon and trying to defend my ramp with a couple of probes as well. That hasn't really gone brilliantly well, but I have managed to get a few free hits on his zealot, and all the while, my guys here chipping away at his pylon, and they may be able to get it before his extra zealots pop out, and it does. That's really very important. So now let's take a quick look at the positions we are both in. He has a few zealots out on the map. He has a good number of zealots out on the map, but it's quite a long distance to my base, so they've got a lot of walking time in there. He has managed to take some health off my Dragoon, but it's really not particularly important because I am managing now to drill his zealot, and this is, as I talked about in the previous game, it is that bug, that trick, whereby if I send all my probes to minerals and then a move or press stop, then they will bug out this zealot. He'll be unable to attack because the probes have actually slid on top of him, and that messes with the AI for a whole number of reasons. We can also see him being temporarily supply blocked, as I've taken out 2 pylons so far, which is really pretty expensive for him, so that's good. Now we will continue. We can see how I'm drilling away the probe as it becomes damaged in order to save it, and there the zealot goes down perfectly easily, and I just keep pumping out Dragoons. Of course, worth remembering is that Dragoons beat Zealots. If you have any decent number of Dragoons, then you will be able to beat pretty much any decent number of Zealots. I have another Dragoon erroneously wandering out, but I should be able to, with good micro, his range is now done, I should be able to kill pretty much any number of Zealots without taking too much damage. A bit careless micro there from me, and I should have been a lot more diligent about that, but no matter, I can still run away, still kite his zealots around my base all day. And now all I need to do is keep macroing, and I will be able to stop him doing any more damage to my economy. A couple more dragoons popping out here for the loss of one. So this is really not too bad, and now his zealots will fall really pretty quickly to the high firepower damage of the dragoons. Getting my units slightly disadvantageously trapped, but no particularly big deal, because I'm not losing any, and that's critical. So managed to take out pretty much all his zealots. I need to be slightly more careful. You can see me drilling again there to mess up the AI of his zealots, and I'm able to take that one down without any further probe losses. So again, let's size up the situation of this game. I'm producing 2 more dragoons to add to my complement, and then I will have 6. He is still producing zealots, and finally he is producing off these extra gates. Had he been producing off these extra gates earlier, he may well be in a very much better position, and that's why it's so critically important that you scout his proxy. Because otherwise he'd have a lot more zealots out right now, and it would have made microing with my early dragoons extremely difficult against higher numbers of zealots. So we're going to play again, and we can see me taking down zealots as I please. As soon as I have 6 dragoons, I'm basically safe, because I will be knocking through his zealots so very fast, he will struggle a huge amount to keep up with me. And my tech is now, of course, so far ahead as well. So now we see how fast zealots die to a large number of dragoons. I'm just pushing out, trying to get him as early as possible. Again, slightly disadvantageous. I should have been slightly more careful with my micro in this match, I think. I think I was getting a bit cocky at this stage, being a bit too sure that I'd won. Losing 2 dragoons really pretty cheaply there. I should macro a bit better as well, so I should have a couple more on the way. But again, easily able to take out all his zealots. And at this point the game is pretty much over. We'll speed through it, see a little bit more micro. You can see me kiting these zealots back, taking as few zealot shots as possible. And now that I have a good number of dragoons out, it's so easy to kill them, so very fast, and he will never catch me now. Taking a perfectly standard tech route up to Reavers, so I can basically defeat any mass unit that he wants to put out, because Reavers are pretty awesome, as we've seen before. And an observatory just to cover all my options, but I can see that he hasn't got a gas, so he can't possibly have any kind of cloak unit whatsoever now. So through the game we go, his zealots dying en masse to my large number of dragoons, and there is the GG. So, a few useful lessons to take away from this one. We saw how to defend against a Zergling rush, even if you're not entirely prepared. How not to do a Zergling rush. Basically, you have to be much more careful about what you target down, specifically getting through those probes when there are no photon cannons in the way. To be taking out your Zerglings from range, get through the probes and get a surround on the zealots, otherwise you will be screwed really quickly. We also saw the importance of knowing an opponent's scouting pattern. You have to know when they will be taking their scout out, so you know if it's suspicious or not, and that definitely was suspicious, and that's how I was able to scout his proxy so very early. We also saw that drilling, very good, is able to mess up the AI to such an extent that you can kill a pretty superior number of stuff with a pretty inferior force. It's also worth noting that whilst the zealots are cheaper and faster to build than the dragoon, they are so much less effective when you have dragoons with range in higher numbers against slow, unupgraded zealots in higher numbers. The dragoons will just kill them all day long. So, whatever else lessons you can take from that, feel free. I hope I've provided another good video for you guys. The next one, I will be showing some hotkeys. I haven't really got time to do all that stuff now. But next video will include some stuff of my left hand, doing some hotkeys for you, so that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, I'll try and be a lot quicker moving tomorrow, so I should have a bit more free time, especially before my course starts, so that's going to be pretty sweet. So thank you for your patience, thank you for watching, and you will see me again. This has been EleGanteAOV with another video.